4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
Chronopolis.
I'm a big fucking dick.
Welcome to Be Kind, Let's Rewind, the nostalgia podcast no one asked for, with your hosts, Chris, Leaf, and Chadwick.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Be Kind, Let's Rewind. This week, we're going to be talking about Adam Sandler's second album, What the Hell Happened to Me, which I believe has a very special place in all of our childhoods, because we probably were listening to this when we may have not should have been listening to it. But anyway.
It's how I learned to talk to people.
that checks a lot of boxes. How's the week been treating you, man? Leaf, what's been going on with you this week, man?
Man, fantastic. Yeah, we had some company. We did a little bit of a friends miss action, dude. You know what I mean? Like had some people in. It always happens. They'll trickle in like people from all over, old friends that have just moved on and decide to come back to visit their family. Yeah, they can always come through town and come and hang out before and after Christmas, actually. So
nice. Yeah,
dude, it's fun. So we've been doing little drinkses, little smokeses, little. It's been nice, dude. The stretch of Christmas is fun.
You know you're in. For
we still eating good out here, dude. We're still eating good.
Well, I've had pretty much had a few off days, so I got a lot of shorts and editing done for the pod, and really just been chillaxing, watching a shit ton of documentaries as I do as an old man now for some fucking reason.
Really?
Watched one on shit.
Taxes?
No, wait, what?
Watching documentaries on how to do your taxes and
tax evasion.
How to change the oil in your car.
I'm like, what's a made man? And how do I? But no, I watched one on a boxing one that was pretty good. God damn it, I can't remember the guy's name now off the top of my head. But anyway, so just basically kind of a mellow thing. Shadow, what's been going on with you, man?
I've been taking a little time off from work too. The holidays here, I scheduled myself a couple of 4-day weekends.
Nice.
But I went in today. And you ever notice, like, if you're gone for like any amount of time, like something's different when you get back?
Yep.
Like, it's stupid, but they changed the little cakes in the urinal. They put some fresh cakes in.
Fresh cakes.
Right? But you know, they didn't put the little screen back on top of it.
Uh-huh.
So you tried one?
Yeah. I mean, it took forever to get that blue. It doesn't taste like blueberry.
We've all wanted to do it. It's crossed our mind.
Like blueberry lime.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of these like it's like really like saturated, I guess, with piss. So now when you pee on it, like blue just splatters everywhere.
Oh.
So yeah,
dude,
like
new khakis.
Yeah. So you gotta like kind of lean back and get the arch so you don't get it on your pants.
Y'all need to get Donnie from Ted 2 in there to get that Donnie difference, man. Those fresh cakes.
Fresh cakes.
Well, I am an important man.
You shouldn't have to smell your own pee. So,
but no, it's slightly better. Where I work, there's like a lot of farmland around, so we usually have gnats. Like, even though it's been in the 30s for weeks now.
Gnats mentioned that again.
Right. These are fucking like mutant gnats that live in the urinal.
What?
And yeah, they'll come up out of the hole and I'll pee it back down into the hole, and then it will fly up again and try to go straight up my nose.
Just suicide, dive your nose.
So that's. Isn't that right?
If factory?
Yes, sir.
You've got a good point, Leaf. I thought the same thing. if a gnat flies at your face, is that not kind of like suicide by cop? Like,
Dude,
it knows
it
what's
is.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Right?
knows what's happening. It's trying to do as much
You think-
damage as it can as it goes.
Yep.
And it's actually like a poison dart now because it's got your pee and like blue cake urinal juice
think-
on it. It knows exactly what's happening.
You think the gnats are like, Jesus, there goes Bob. They're like, well, what did he have to live for? I mean, he's got 517 kids at home. Like,
He's always a hothead.
Do you think the day before they're like, and I'm worried about Bob. Like, I think he's finally gonna do it. Like, I don't think that he's gonna make it through the next day. I swear to God, we got to talk to him, man. We got to talk him down.
Workplace violence.
Yeah, and then Bob's just like,
and then then mid sentence, it's like my godlike hands is like, all three of them.
oh, gross. They should have been talking near the urinal. Also, Beacon Rewind questions the sanitation practices of your current employer. So we're just going to go ahead and shouldn't have gnats and fresh cakes without traps over them. So just throwing it out there. Oh, also
Gotta have the trap.
I forgot about this.
Gotta respect the trap.
My wife loves like Cooking Network and Food Channel and all that.
It's
And
Jesse
Adam-
Palmer. I deal with that shit too.
Yeah, and there's this show, and it's called "The Best Thing I Ever Ate."
I bet that tastes good.
Every time, man.
That's gonna take us to our I had to squeeze that in. Sorry, it's gonna happen every fucking week. Every week. Yeah. So I'll start off. I'm actually doing some local supporting here with the oh Jesus God. Well, that's Hutton and Smith. Unfortunately,
That's a Spectre brew.
yeah, with a light green can that is now going to be where you can't see it. I may clip in just a picture of it. But anyway, Hutton Smith, local. This one's called Cruxmas, and it's just a winter beer, man. It's really good. I may have you, Doc, I may send it over to you. They have a nice description on this that I'm not going to read, but I should have you read it in your voiceover.
You want me to record it?
Yeah, then record it, and I'll send it to Hutton and Smith and be like, you should watch our podcast.
God.
So anyway, what do you got over there, Shadwick?
Give me one of those Stella Artois.
Oh, the Artos.
All them Artois, man, they ain't so bad a beer, you know.
Not too bad, man. Not as good as Bud Light, but you know what I mean?
You know,
The dude abides.
Hey, it's good, man. Doc, I know you got a little something special you're sipping on, aren't you?
I got a little something special, man. All right, so this is not probably what you think it is. This is the other thing we got. A little bit of Dewar's
nice.
blended scotch, just the old classic, and a little bit of Coca-Cola, man. Because you know I'm from the South, man. I'm from the
Dude,
South.
You might as
So-
well. I mean,
Well,
you
if you're
know,
from
hey,
the South, you know it's called a Coke.
That's what I said.
It's not
I
called
say-
a pop.
I say you he did.
It's a pop. Oh God.
Coca-Cola.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
It's a soda.
soda. Yes.
Soda pop.
We just alienated like 10,000 fucking future listeners.
Man, fuck
All right.
'em.
So
Listen, if you're mad about it, put it in the comments. Soda, pop, or Coke.
Soda pop,
Yeah.
Coke, whatever. None of
What
this
is it?
matters. Just say Smith and Jones. None of this
But
matters.
if you just call it a pop, just go fuck yourself.
Shadwick draws a hard line there. I'm gonna
Yep.
allow you to call
Sorry.
it pop, but Shadwick just he's got some triggers.
No one's gonna know what you're talking about.
Does that ever bother you guys in a movie where someone goes up to a bar and they're like, "I also have a beer." What beer?
Yeah,
Like-
because it fucked me the first couple times I went into a bar because that is apparently not an option. The bartender- you get this look from the bartender. Just a crushed
Dude,
soul,
they
like
have-
dead glare. Like
They have
God.
so much shit to put up with on any given day, bro.
And you just
any
ask for
given
a
day,
beer.
and you ask for a beer, they're just like,
True story. I did ask for an ice beer one time at a bar because we've been drinking ice beers, like the ones that are basically malt liquor. And I was like, because it was like, I didn't have any money hardly, right? And I was like looking for the cheapest beer. And I was like, do you guys have any ice beer? And literally the bartender goes, is that a serious question? And I was like, It's not. I'm joking. I'll take PBR.
I guess not.
Yeah. He was so mad. Oh well, you live and learn throughout life. When you're growing up on ramen noodles and ice beer that you may.
Hey, remember that time your kidneys nearly failed for you were living off of like ramen noodles? Your hair was falling out.
I was living off ramen noodles and like hot dogs.
He calls me. He's like, I think I'm sick, dude.
I mean, I lived off ramen noodles and tuna fish for a long time.
I wasn't even doing tuna fish. It was that too. We was ramen noodles, and my roommate Gibbs at the time was working part time at Honey Baked Ham. So he
Shout out Gibbs.
Yeah, brought home ham shavings. So I was eating like ham shavings and ramen noodles.
He was getting sick. It's like I think we're gonna have to go to the
We're just like scooping it out of a dog tray with your hand, just like.
Dude, it was bad. It was so freaking bad, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our topic, which is going to be Mr. Adam Sandler's "What the Hell Happened to Me" album. So I guess we'll just start off with, man, when did you guys listen to this? Leaf, I know we listened together. That probably would have been 95, 96.
Had to have been, yeah, 95, 96.
I don't even know. I guess it was when we used to be kind of mall rats, man, and we'd go to the mall and Sandler had an album out. We knew about him. We were fans of him, and then
we probably had the baller ass Discman in my car, dude. The one where you push the cassette tape into the right, and then you try to pray to God that it doesn't shift an inch
and
or else to
happens.
Dude,
I still don't know how those fucking things worked, but they worked. So
I don't know either. Somehow,
unless you hit a bump,
the tape.
Yeah, well,
and if you hit a bump, the thing would skip.
The first one they had like a Discman, it was like. It was like anti-skip software, and I was like, I don't know what you fucking tested it in, because if I breathe on it, it sure is fucking skipping.
Dude, it skips all to be damned. Even when that came out, dude, it still sucked. It always was bad. The shit was skipping left and right. But I know that many trips to the mall, to the arcade, I was probably sophomore, junior in high school. First time I really.
Yeah, you were driving, so
I was driving. I had a car.
Those things were dangerous as shit too, because they're sliding all over the place.
Dude,
you're trying to change disc while you're driving.
Oh my god!
Did you do the dumbassery of we used to sometimes where you try it on the dashboard first, and then one fucking turn later, it's like
one
disaster.
Turn.
No, I think I tried the console in the middle, and it slid underneath the gas pedal.
Oh shit! Yeah. The other one that was bad too was because if it went sideways, it wouldn't play. So a lot of times I had them slide and they'd go in between the seat, where the seat and the console, and then it was just stuck there, and so now you have no music and you're fucking pissed off at the world. Well, you're already pissed off because you're a teenager.
You're already mad. You think the world's unjustly destroyed your first world problem life.
Would you say that you're full of angst?
Yes, absolutely. Chadwick, where did you first remember hearing this or getting it?
I mean, it was 96, right?
That
we have any boring ass facts on that?
February the 13th. So early in the year 1996.
Yeah,
we got it when it first came, but we were.
I did too, because I already had the first one.
Mm-hmm.
See, I did not. I actually went back after this one to hear the first one.
Oh yeah.
So I was late to the party on that one.
Yeah, I definitely
think some
remember...
of my friends did have the first one and played it, but I mean, listening to this with Chris, was what I remember too. So I don't really remember the first one either. Yeah. So this one was huge.
You don't remember Toll Booth Willie and?
Yeah. Oh, no, we got there. Yeah, we got
there just after the fact.
Yeah. So
like I said.
Go ahead.
I definitely remember driving around delivering pizza and listening to this.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. In hindsight,
never got old, dude.
But I remember we were going to like work at your dad's place, like over in Rossville, like, and we would be listening to this shit like at 6:30 in the morning.
Technical first job I ever had.
Was that the tent that sells shoes and porn?
Yeah. He's like,
I know my dad is full-blooded Native American, but we never owned any tent, teepee, log cabin, or anything of the like.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
yeah, no, I remember the dude that sold, there's a dude off Rossville Boulevard that had a tent that sold pornography. Like, and it was not too far from your dad's work, so we never could muster up the fucking gusto to go over there, but we were like, I bet he'd sell it to us because we're like 15 and 16. Like,
He 100% would have.
Oh yeah,
He 100% would have. As long as he didn't think he was going to get caught or whatever, there's no one
put
around.
his cigarette down long enough and be like, that'll be $10. And like, yes, sir.
Thank you for the pornography, sir. We'll enjoy it.
Well,
Don't look me in the eye.
Yeah. So we all got this one right at the same time. And kind of what we're going to do is, because once we get a Patreon up and running, we'll do album listen alongs, movie watch alongs, and shit like that.
So that's coming soon.
Maybe even to prepare, to prep for the show or post show, whatever. But for this one, we're just going to do a track by track kind of review, what we remember for this album, because I think that's just probably the safest way to do this without being clipped by YouTube. If everybody would just let us use their shit, I feel like if they would just meet us, out of the three of us, they're going to like one of us and let us use their
one
shit.
of it.
So
it's numbers. It's just sheer numbers.
So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with track one is Joining the Cult, which I still get nostalgia feelings hearing the basketball bounce when that skit starts. Like
it starts off with two dudes, Adam Sandler being one of them, two good friends playing basketball and just shooting the shit and talking.
One of the things about this, well, all the skits really, is you can tell Sandler's just like having fun with his buddies. Like, I don't know how much of it is ad-libbed, probably a lot, but I mean, it really does just sound like they're just fucking hanging out. And
it's Alan Covert, I think. Is his name.
It's not it's not like overly scripted or whatever. Like the first line is like, "Hey, I'm thinking of joining a religious cult."
I know, and like that's also too, like when you get older. When I was a kid, this was right in our wheelhouse because there's a shit ton of profanity, shit ton of inappropriate stuff. But
I was just gonna say that like we were the perfect age for this.
Dude, but just the way that like it just starts off with the religious cult thing, like out of the gate. Like a writing session for this had to be so much fucking fun with them. And we've talked about it on this show because we laugh a lot on this show because like we're having a good time, right? And I feel like that's infectious.
He's having a good time.
So when I'm watching or I'm listening to this album, and I mean, like we'll get to the track later on. But there's one where like Sandler legitimately like gut busts, like and is laughing his ass off, and like it makes me laugh every single time he starts laughing. The joke's funny, but the joke's funny, but it's just I don't know, that infection. Like you can tell they're having fun with this, and I love that. So
you're absolutely right, and I think I think what you said is right, that like laughter really is infectious psychologically, and if Adam Sandler is not your cup of tea, you can literally pick any comedy album, whether it's the Jerky Boys or whatever that you enjoyed and you listened to, which we got to do that. We got to do that one. But you can, when people are actually starting to crack up, it's so that those candid moments are just something you got to identify with like so much.
Especially like Sandler's worked with these dudes from then till now. I mean, like,
and we're talking top comedians too. Yeah. Like all people from SNL, like on this album,
Kevin Nealon.
Kevin Nealon. Mm-hmm.
So the cult, we've already spent like 3 times as long as what the track is talking about it. So Adam Sandler, his character is wanting to join a religious cult, and he wants his friend to go with him, and his friend has his reservations, as he should.
Right.
But but one of the lines, like I think I use it with Chris a lot, like if he can't hang out on the weekend or whatever, I'm like, what are what the fuck you got to do that's so important you can't join the religious cult with me?
And that's like, but it's because he wants to be a fucking girl. It's all about him like being a fucking girl. Which, by the way, before we get too far, I'm actually legitly gonna clip. There's a playlist on YouTube that is this entire album. So do yourself a favor, like listen to it after we're done, before you start, whatever. Even if you've heard this album 1,000 times and went back and listened to it, so many memories, still fucking funny.
We'll go back and put the MGM line at the first, and when the line roars, you start listening to the album.
Little DVD commentary. So, but yeah, so there's a bunch of good lines in here. The one that always stuck with me, and I don't know why, but sometimes I'll just be sitting at night and I'll be like, the night time is the right time. The night time is the right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that shit is still funny to me, man.
Yeah.
Like it turns out, like, the guy murders his fucking father for this cult or whatever. Like,
it was the only way to set him free.
Yeah.
He was just going because the girl that Adam Sandler wanted to meet, hopefully he would be able to find a girlfriend for himself.
Yeah,
there's a girl I want to meet there. What the fuck's your problem?
Yeah, and he doesn't tell her in the beginning. It escalates.
So fucking mad, like. That was anyway. So we'll move on because, like Shadwick said, we spent this will happen a lot. Next one, is one of my personal favorites. Is Respect, which is the premise of this one is just a little kid at his first day of like kindergarten or whatever. He comes home to his like grandparents. I assume this is at his grandparents' house, a nursing home, something. All the grandparents and his buddies are around a table, and then it just gets like all these skits. Insanely inappropriate.
I guess this is about the same time that The Sopranos was out. So I always kind of picture that in my head, like they were in like the Bada Bing Club or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because you could hear him at one point. We used to time it up in the car. Like there's one when he gets really fucking mad and he's like, "Sammy, shut the fuck up" or whatever. And you could hear him hit a fork with his fist or something.
Yeah,
like,
you hear it like fling.
We used to like time it up in the car where we're like mimicking it as it's happened because we'd heard it so many times or whatever. But that shit, it got me out loud again because I hadn't listened to the album in its entirety in forever. Where they're spelling out respect at the end, and this is Sammy's ass.
He gets it wrong.
Fucking mind on him. Sammy, shut the fuck. That one and the condom one. Like, it's a girl on the playground today, and they're just like,
gotta respect the condom.
So put a fucking condom on your tombstone.
It's just like it's so funny to me that one of the things that always cracked me up about that skit was that these old people, the grandfather and like all of his friends were like hanging around, and ironically it kind of reminds me of us nowadays,
Yeah, it really does. Like they're immediately, they can't help themselves. They're talking about respect and teaching the kid about respect. They start using the worst profanity you've ever heard the second they get mad, right in front of him. Talking about they're gonna like kill each other. Well, that one kid where he's like, a boy pushed me on the playground, and he's, what is this little boy's name?
Yeah, there's like all like everybody's kind of like talking in the background. And he says he got this boy pushed him down, and you just like hear everything come to like a screeching halt.
Yeah, the ambient noise just dies, and it's just
what's this little boy's name?
Yeah, which leads. I mean, you're right, Shadwick. It is like The Sopranos. Like that's.
He's a fucking dead man.
They're gonna kill a child.
They're gonna kill a child, and cut his balls off, and feed him to his fucking mother. I believe is what's in there.
It's something to that effect. Yeah, like a kid who just simply pushed him on the ground.
Well, what would you not do for your child?
Well, I don't have one that I'm aware of. So yeah,
or your grandson.
Yeah, I know your grandson. I mean, nobody did my grandson.
And they all claimed him too. It was like the actual grandfather and all of his friends, and they were all calling him his grandson.
So, anyway, go on. Do you have any more on this one? Just I don't know that Sammy shut the fuck up thing was so funny. Like he was learning. Sammy shut up. Like.
So for those of you who don't know, like there was one of Grandpa's friends is just stupid. He's so dumb. And his comments always came later than everybody else's because while they were all cheering, talking about respect, he would say something stupid, like right out of the blue, and they would all yell at him and curse at him. And his name was Sammy. and he never, and the whole
And
skit
it
is
was
him.
Alan Covert again. I think that's how you
Was
pronounce
it?
it. I watched
It
the
was,
video today. Yeah, it
but
was
I'll-
really
I-
Sammy.
But all his comments,
shit.
like Leaf said, they were like behind everyone else, but like a half step. But they were like exaggerated too. So like,
Yeah.
Yes.
like the little boy says that a girl kissed him on the playground, and everybody's like, "Oh, love," whatever.
Young love and whatever.
And then Sammy, again after everybody has stopped, is like, "Gotta respect the condom."
Which was inappropriate in and of itself, but they all
Fucking
attack him.
kindergartner, like genius.
It's perfect.
So-
It's perfect.
So those first two are skits where they're like acted out, and then the third one, "Ode to My Car," is an actual song.
And it's actually,
Yes.
I'll just, as far as like the songs go on this, I mean, everybody probably and their mother knows the Hanukkah song and all that from SNL, but Sandler's a good fucking writer.
Yep.
Like these songs are really good. Like "Ode to My Car" is just it's a generic type reggae song, But dude, I don't know who the fucking drummer was on this one, but good job,
Excellent
buddy.
job.
Dude, that one gave me some nightmares trying to learn that one. Like sometimes I play along with albums.
Just
and I
out
was
of
like, God damn.
It was just out of snow and a drum kit.
It's just what it was. But "Ode to My Car" is just basically anybody that grew up that had a shitty car can definitely relate to this one. It's just about a shitty car and how terrible it was, and we've all, not to that extent, but we've all had cars breaking down. Or I remember one of my cars when I was growing up, the fucking ceiling was falling down on it.
Was that your Daytona? Because I was going to say
Daytona,
that.
yeah.
I was going to say how many times did I nearly die in that car with you? There were too many to count. My mother would have had a heart attack if she knew.
I used tacks to tack the fucking cloth ceiling back up, and then slowly but surely the tacks would fall down on me, and like it was funny because you'd be ready to go to work or something, you get your hair right, you go in the car, and then this thing just full of like static cling like nails your hair, and you come out and you're just like, shut up.
Oh, fuck you, car.
So the whole song, he's like, in a comedic way, obviously comedic way, he's talking about like all the shit that's wrong, like how the seat belt's broken, he has to tighten a knot, and
The
the
spring that pokes balls.
ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, the girls in the video, the girls in the song, echo and ad lib what he's saying, and which leads to one of the best lines. I know, Shaq, we can't wait to say it.
If a girlie ever see my car, there's no chance I'll ever bang her.
And never ever get the pussy.
Tell the background singers to shut up.
Yeah. Hey, shut up, man.
Hey, shut up.
He never gets the pussy. Hey,
Never gets
shut
the
up.
Pussy. Yeah, that's what it was also too. It was pussy.
I bet that pussy tastes good.
So that clip is going to be the bane of Leaf's existence. It's going to continue to be throughout.
I was the one that found it. It actually should be like on my head for the rest of eternity. It's so funny. When I said to Chris was like, "We're using this clip, dude."
God, so good.
You're merely born into it, dog. I was born in it.
So that's with the songs. We won't go super deep into the songs, but like the next skit is he always had these on his albums. It seemed the Excited Southerner. What did he have? The Sean, I Want to Get It On from Stan and Judy's Kid. Didn't he have a running gag in the first one too? They're all gonna laugh at you. Was that Buffoon?
It was, yeah. There was the buffoon, and then there was the janitor, I think.
God, the janitor though.
Look at my sideburns.
That shit, or the Spanish teacher, whatever. Hello, biblioteca. That's from his first album. It's called They're All Gonna Laugh at You. We'll definitely do a review on that one because yeah. God bless, man. So the second one is or the fourth track is Excited Southerner, and it's actually I guess Sandler's like play on like Southern. You know what it is? It's like the dude from King of the Hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Boomhauer, who can't really. Yeah. It's like, because Southerners, obviously, like, it's his rib on Southern people.
Right.
And how when they get excited that you can't really understand. So it's almost like it's the cleanest and most cartoonish thing he does on any of these albums. Like, you could let a little child hear the excited Southerner, like, as a joke, and it's like it's the dumbest shit ever. It's just him being so excited in different situations, and he can't speak. And there's like how many are there? Like 4 versions of this on this album?
Yeah, actually, and in this one, I do believe Norm Macdonald is the waiter in this.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like I can't find a credit on it, but he's got that distinct voice.
Oh, hey, speaking of Norm, you guys need to watch. I'm sorry, I'm taking us off track here, but My Name is Earl. Season 2, episode 20.
When he's playing Burt Reynolds' kid?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I've seen My Name is Earl 1,000 times.
God, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, I had seen it a long time ago, but damn, he's so good at playing that Burt Reynolds character.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he kills it. It's awesome. It's funny. It's a big hat.
You know, it's like chewing gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even an impression. It's still Norm's voice. But like the mannerisms are on point. It just works, man.
All right, sorry.
The excited Southerner, he just ordered him. Yeah, just stop for the car.
You know,
did you see? And that's basically what that is.
It's basically Waterboy if he just can't ever find his words. Like, he's so excited.
That's it. 100%.
Which is, I'm glad you said that, because it's something we haven't mentioned yet. Like, you see the progenitor of a lot of the characters of a lot of the movies that he did, like Little Nicky, the Waterboy, like they all take form in these albums that he did.
You see this a lot too with SNL alums. Like, if you watch Mike Myers' catalog, you can see Fat Bastard where it came from, Austin Powers where it came from, like all these, even Goldmember, like which Fat Bastard.
Waterboy definitely came from Canteen Boy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
yes,
and Canteen Boy was kind of the excited Southerner a little bit too.
And he used and he used that voice a lot of times when he was the Hurley boy. He used like that same character. So Chris is right. Like, you can see how they're developing these characters into some of the most it would eventually be the most famous characters that they did, like, ever, that are in all of our like hearts and minds. Everybody remembers Fat Bastard's voice, Austin Powers' voice. You know, Little Nicky to a lesser degree, and
shit there.
If you,
Christ, I'm getting all emotional.
On it.
If there's people that don't like
plus crap.
If there's people that don't like Adam Sandler, like, this is like the best and worst of what like people love and don't love about him as a character, because there's a lot of that.
Dude, 16 years old.
15, we were
16,
prime.
17. God, we were ready for this too, because remember, we were still in censored. You couldn't get any profanity on TV or whatever. So like, when this came out,
man, he even censored part of the Hanukkah song. Remember at the end where he talks about like marijuana, which nowadays is such a goofy thing to have to censor. And he had to censor one of his most famous songs. Like, you couldn't play it on the radio.
Yep.
It was such a different time, man.
So all those excited Southerners, they're like really short. Like, I think this one's 45 seconds.
Yeah, they're all like a minute to.
And then it goes to an almost 9-minute skit, the greatest of all time.
Yes, also known as the GOAT. This skit is called the GOAT, and I don't fucking know how this was dreamed up. It's a talking goat in the back of this old man's farm, and we gonna call me Stinky Nuts, and I'm gonna bite one of his fucking ears off. That's a promise. But
get her pizza. That shit,
dude. Which also led to me, like, in the skit. In the skit, the premise is there's a talking goat tied to the back of a pickup truck, and these guys come over, and I guess they grew up with him, and so, but he can't
abused him.
Yeah, this old man there like abuses him too, and then so like his owner. And so he's not supposed to leave the truck, but sometimes I get him down and go play with him or whatever. So, but there's so many great lines in this, and that shit is so funny with like just again the premise. Like, where do you come up with this, man? I'm sure you're high as fuck, but still.
Come closer. I can't see you.
Yeah.
Come closer.
Even the sound effects are awesome. Like, I can visually see everything listening to this track.
Yeah.
Like, where they are. Like, when he goes and does the fucking football route, you just hear, ow, fuck me in the goat ass. Shit.
Where's that thing? Fuck.
You can hear his hooves like trotting, like as he's running.
Even like I noticed dumb
Breaking
shit
a
you
stop back
notice.
over there.
Is dumb shit you notice when like you get older. But even like the ad lib of when they take him off the truck and he's like, "Ooh, the grass is soft," and you can hear him like prancing around or whatever. Like it's just, I don't know, man. There was so many gems out of this one. There's what was it? From this day forward, anytime there was like a fat kid anywhere, like we would call him Garaputo. Because of this fucking skit.
And then
that was the.
So the kids talk him into like going out for a pass with the football, and the kid just like nails him with it as soon as he turns around.
Hits him in the face. Yeah.
And the kid goes, "I think you got a little knot there, Chris."
And
he's like
the worst pun.
Like, you better not to mention that again, you cocksucker.
So that's,
You better not.
Yeah.
One of the worst puns.
Chris says that shit all the time.
Dude, all the fuck. I actually did it at the beginning of this episode. Even words that sound like not, I'll throw it in there like Nat. So, but anyway, this one is one of my all-time favorites. So I just, again, in the car listening to this, like, just so funny, man.
The old man wakes up at the end and goes like, "Go to sleep, old man. You got a big day tomorrow of drinking and beating the fuck out of me."
Yeah, you're right. Good night.
Good night, old man.
I can also tell you like another thing, not just the Garaputo. Chris and I, anybody who was an alcoholic or struggled with alcoholism, we would call them piss drunk cock and say that their life was a blur.
Fucking piss drunk cock.
All from this skit.
Fucking.
And I'd be like, why do they drink so much? And Chris would literally quote this skit. He'd be like, I don't know, maybe they found out their ex-wife was fucking their brother. I don't know, man. Like,
again,
first time the old man tried to fight him, he wanted to do it with Dukes. He's like, "Put up your Dukes, goat."
30 style boxing.
30 style boxing.
Which you know is like the
it's like
He's like, I got fucking no Dukes, old man.
he's like, put up your Dukes, goat. And he's hammered, and you can see it all in your mind, dude. He's gonna fight the goat.
Oh God, that's so fucking funny. I guess we'll take a little break here to go to shit stuck in my head this week.
So Frank, tell him G sharp, and then you gotta pay him heads to toe in black.
Why would I do any of that?
D, just do it, okay? Just do it, you goddamn bitch. Oh, you bitch. Stop questioning everything. Oh, that goddamn bitch. Oh, that goddamn bitch. Oh my God, she's gonna run her off. And how are we out here?
It's the ooh.
Yeah, he's goddamn bitch. So, here we are tying Always Sunny back to Adam Sandler. You know what, man? Just comedy gold, all around us, man. So we'll go ahead and leave the goat to go to the next one, which is we won't spend long on this one because Lord knows everyone's heard it. The Hanukkah song's on here. Still, I have to think Norm had a hand in the O.J. Simpson. Not a Jew.
Had to have been.
Yeah, he and Norm also came up with the "not too shabby" line.
Oh, did he? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's awesome.
I think I did hear that somewhere too. Yeah.
Like, I figured that he helped write a lot of these because, I mean, they were on SNL together while this was happening, while they were writing this album, I think.
Who was it that was a quarter Jew?
Harrison Ford.
Quarter Jew.
Jewish.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, Harrison Ford.
It's not.
Yeah. This is a Christmas classic. It became a Christmas classic. I mean, I still hear it every single Christmas.
Yep.
And I mean, like Chris said, there's not much more to say about it. Like, he did an updated version. I don't remember when. Maybe he's done 2 updated versions. But
yeah, I remember.
Because a lot of the people, there is another version of the song that is more recent. It's got more, recent stars who are also evidently Jewish. It's just it's a silly song, and it's really catchy. and anybody can sing it,
well-written,
especially the
well-written.
chorus.
I mean, he
It's
debuted
well written.
on SNL, and then it made the album. But how awesome too is like I like a lot of these the songs on this album that he's playing live, and you actually hear the crowd interacting.
Yeah,
and we gotta go to one of these concerts before it's too fucking late, man. I keep seeing them. We just gotta bite the bullet. If we gotta drive 5 hours, we gotta drive 5 hours.
Time's a wasting, dude.
We need to go see
we,
Sandman.
Hey,
we got this.
We got Ron White coming to town in 2 or 3 weeks.
That's true.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do need to go see him. I love me some Ron White.
I've never seen him.
The
tater salad.
So, you guys want to skip over the other excited Southerners?
Yeah, we can. I mean, just because
they're all the same. They're all the same.
I do have to say one thing though. Chris and I worked with a guy named Eddie. That he was.
Eddie, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, dude.
Well, yeah. Eddie was just like a ball of energy. He was. He was about 5'4", 60-inch of it was cock.
Yeah, 5'4" in heels.
From what I heard, but he would talk like that Southerner sometimes. Like he would just get like overly excited,
caffeined up, and he would just.
I
do like on these excited Southerner gets pulled over. He literally goes through every fucking excuse anyone's ever had to get out of a ticket. And he gets through them in like 15 seconds. Like
it's
I had to go to
impressive.
the bathroom. The speed sign was covered up.
Can we agree that the whole thing was ad libbed? There couldn't have been a script.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah,
he just was went all in, and he did it like 4 times, like in this album in different scenarios. Kind of a little more impressive when you think about it that way. But these skits are all the same.
Like, so we'll go to the Hypnotist, which is track number 8, man. Kevin Nealon was the Hypnotist in this skit, and this had to be fucking part of this ad libbed or recorded for the first time because Sandler breaks so many times in this.
Yeah.
So Sandler is supposed to be going to a hypnotist because he's wanting to quit smoking, and he gets in there, and basically the premise is, as the therapist is talking to him, the therapist keeps farting, but he won't acknowledge it at all, and then starts to blame it.
Yeah,
and then he starts to blame it on Sandler.
He tries to put Adam Sandler under hypnosis, and it takes forever because he will not stop farting, and there's all the different disgusting farts you could possibly imagine are in this. The lowest brow of
smells like baby food.
I like the one where it's just like this, and he's like, "What was that?" And he's like, "I said 3."
It was not 3.
But Sandler,
he's dying.
Anyone that doesn't laugh at this fucking thing, like I got nothing for you, man. You cannot enjoy life if you don't enjoy this skit.
Like Kevin's doing like the normal like hypnotist stuff. He's like trying to like walk him down, like calm down. He's like, breathe in, just let it out. And he's like, I would appreciate it if you would stop letting it out.
I like that when he's supposed to be under hypnosis, right? And so he's just like, that wasn't me, that was you, or my receptionist. She gets it all the time. He keeps blaming Sandler and other people for his farts or whatever. Then finally at the very end, he's like, I ripped a good one there.
The final time, the only time he admits it.
Yeah.
That was a good out.
That was a good out.
That was not good.
But Sandler,
I have no bad gas.
Losing his, I have no bad gas. But it's like Kevin Nealon's like soothing, like in every movie he always plays like a mellow, like Zen type guy. Like, so it's his voice doing this. Like, it's great.
The ball wants to go home.
Yeah.
Put it in its home.
I laugh so hard when I re-listen to this though, just because like I want to know how many different farts they have in here because they don't use the same fart noise at all. Like, so there's a ton of farts in this, and they're all different fart noises, like varying from tones. And I've heard, sadly enough, I watched a YouTube video on Trey Parker and Matt Stone talking about what dB to put farts at to make them funnier, and they found like this limit of like what tone is too bassy and not bassy enough, and like
The brown note.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought about it, but I guess there is a science to it.
There's some sort of science to how funny it is, and in this video, you hear the plethora of all of them. And to Chris's point, if you want to know my opinion, this is my opinion. I think Adam Sandler knew the general skit, and I think he was led into a booth with Kevin Nealon, and he didn't know what any of the fart sounds were going to sound like, and they were to act it out together, doing it. And
sense. Yeah,
that makes the most sense because you understand the premise of what's going to happen. You know there's going to be farting, but when you're in there trying to act it out like you're both doing it, and Kevin Nealon's
cueing the farts in his ear.
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon never breaks. He never fucking
no,
like,
he is stone cold professional.
Always.
Like an actual therapist, never, as far as you could tell, never even grins. At one point in time, he leaves the room, and like you could hear him like outside of the room just ripping ass, and like and Adam Sandler is dying, and he comes back in the room evidently, and he's just like, okay, sorry about that, and he never laughed.
When he's counting him down to, it's like in between every number, it's like 3,
yeah,
2.
Yeah,
and like the joke at the end is so great too, where he's just like, Sandler's fed up with the character, the premise, he's fed up with it, and he snaps his fingers, and he's like, and you know, 1 or whatever, and he does that, and he's just like, do you want a cigarette? And he's like, do you want a cigarette? And he's like, no, I don't. And he's like, then my work here's done.
And then Sandler just busts out.
Yeah,
because he rips ass again right after he says that. Well, my work's done. He rips ass, and Sandler, absolutely loses it again. It's one of the most genuine skits I feel like is on the album.
Agree. Like you feel like you're in the studio with him on this one. Like that one. That again, that was what I was talking about earlier. The infectious laughter. The next track here was actually, oddly enough, the single from this was Steve Chronopolis, which
he's a big fucking dick.
Yeah,
that's the only part on that entire song that made me laugh, because it starts in, it's like the little grungy like guitar line, dun 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 dun, and then like Adam Sandler's first line is, "I'm a big fucking dick," and that made me laugh. Yeah, that's the only part.
It was funny. It had an album on MTV, which was Steve Mother Trucking.
I remember that.
That's what happens when you make friends with people in the Alps.
On that music video, you might actually be able to play that a portion of that video. Maybe not. I don't know if we'll get clapped for it. But correct me if I'm wrong. Are there any SNL stars that do their voice lines?
There's a lot of that.
I can't remember. What about the music video though?
Bobcat's on the video. I think Gary Shandling's on it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
any of the video.
Like I vaguely.
I don't remember that at all.
But I mean, like just me listening to it, like Tim Meadows is on there. Gary Shandling. There's Bobcat Goldthwait, like, which is funny because some of them sound like they didn't even go to the studio; they just called in. It sounds like an answering machine, or like they were on the phone. But it works with the song's distortion. So I wonder if that was just kind of a.
But basically, the guy's just singing about what an asshole he is, like all the like shitty stuff that he does to people.
Yeah,
and he doesn't care.
It's kind of like if the Grinch was singing a song about himself.
Yeah, and it is what it is. It's a solid song, structure wise, whatever. It's a good song. I just don't know why.
Stunk.
I don't know why. I bet that pussy tastes good. So I don't know why that this one was a single, but I guess it's, to be honest, I don't know if they could have got anything else out there. They still had to change the lyrics to this one. So
Ode to My Car would be great. Cleaner.
I remember they used to play that on the radio, and they would just bleep all the shit parts.
Yeah,
I remember that like vividly, and
they had a track that went to so if it was bleeped, because I remember hearing that on like our little college radio station here.
Yeah, it was and maybe that's bleeped. What it was.
So this is before tech where you could bleep it yourself. So there was a clean version sent out to radio stations. I guess they just didn't have a sense of humor and were terrible.
It was
people.
Piece of Crap Car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he changed it, and it just
didn't have.
I don't know. Like that's a good question. Why the hell was this like the single that they were like, this is the one that we're gonna like lead with? Like, yeah, I guess you're right. There's nothing else was,
because Hanukkah Song was not new. It had already run its course at this point.
Yeah.
I think he debuted that in 93, 94.
What about What the Hell Happened to Me?
I think that's a tremendous song, to be honest.
I do too.
But it's really...
It's short.
Sinatra-ish, like it's in that... I think that they thought this one was... remember, we're still in grunge era, so...
And MTV, they thought that one would be a better hit song, maybe.
So that's probably what they went with it. So we'll skip over the next track. Will be the Excited Southerner at a job interview, and then track number 11. I can make a bigger splash than you can. Can opener.
This was like the most shocking one for me to re-listen to. This one was the one that I was like,
Shut up, Tracy.
Dude, so give us a brief synopsis of this one.
The idea, this
up.
is horrible, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need a quick
Yeah,
take a tug if you like.
I listened to it today, and I still laughed my ass all the way through it. But
damn,
yeah.
This one does not age well in the new modern age in which we live, ladies and gentlemen. So the premise,
which means.
It's funny.
Yeah,
it's a classic.
Which means fuck this modern age.
Yes.
Give me back the 90s.
So the idea of this is basically a mother is hosting a pool party with her children, and for whatever reason, she decides to encourage the young boys to pull out their genitals and self-pleasure the entire time.
Yeah,
that was her solution.
I just wanted you to clean that up. That was great. I wanted you to find a way to do that. Well done.
Absolutely. It's what I do for a living, my friend. Yeah. It's what I do for a living. I clean up messes in scripts.
Oh, this one is a mess.
But if I can correct it the other way, she talks to her daughter about her boyfriend coming over and how she should pleasure him.
Yes.
Because he's got some balls and some cock. You've got to stroke his slong,
or at least
bite his nuts.
She has that lisp where she's like, "You got to stroke his slong, or at least bite his nuts." You're scared, aren't you?
It's the Gap Girl voice.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
It is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's the Gap Girl, all grown up after the Alec Baldwin encounter, and now she's encouraging her children to jerk off in front of the pool.
You're scared, aren't you, honey?
Yeah.
She never suggests the daughter. Self-pleasure, which is absolutely possible, though.
Because
just notice
the tagline through this whole thing is cock and balls.
Cock and balls.
That was the whole. They must have been on a fucking a hang up saying cock and balls, and we're like, how do we get this? Like, how long is this? It's 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
5 minutes long, and
pull
out your cock and balls and
knock your brother's nuts around.
Or when they throw the frisbee over the fence, and she's like, "You can stare at my jug and beat that healthy hog."
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite.
Stare at my jugs. Like,
and then the neighbor is like, "I'm all right, Emily. Thank you. I'm okay."
Yeah.
How about she's telling one of the boys to let the other boy jack him off, and she's like "You're not playing with it. Why not let him? Share, baby.
Share, baby." Yeah. God.
And of course, by the end of the sketch,
everyone leaves. Like,
they're disgusted because it's nasty. Yeah. None of the kids are into it. None. The daughter's not into it. The daughter's boyfriend's not into it. The neighbor's not into it. They allude the mother alludes to why the neighbor doesn't send his little boy over anymore, which the answer is self-evident. Yeah. Why he's not allowed to come over there anymore because the mom.
So all the kids get mad and leave. So she calls her mom, and she's like, "I don't understand."
This is the worst part.
That's when you find out that her mom is the one that taught her to stroke cock and balls.
Indeed,
your daddy still likes when I stroke his cock. So they go through that whole thing. The other thing, was it? That shit where it's super uncomfortable when the boyfriend comes over and she's like, "I want to see what my daughter's been stroking." She's like, there's so many of these one-liners from this album that it's been almost 30 years, man. We still on the regular use these.
Yep.
It's if you go through and look at the premise of all these, it's fucking stupid. But
It is. It's ridiculous.
But it's comedy, man. It's what it's supposed to be, you know? Like,
it's comedy in its most immature and in its most like infantile. But I mean, again, and I understand why a lot of people don't like Adam Sandler's style of comedy. It's very niche brand, unique style of comedy. He does what he does and doesn't vary too much from that kind of style. But you can, and so even into to Chris's earlier point when he talks about the audience, like they're all laughing and cracking up at some of the stupidest, most dumbest infantile jokes. And it's because they're all like young college boys, like the majority. Girls like it too.
Didn't they say that these albums, they started these because they used to like do prank calls with people all the time? Like,
I'm sure because Jerky Boys were like, I guess the comedy albums.
Yeah.
The first ones I remember hearing about, and I'm sure there was many more before this, were like your Cosby, Pryor, you know, those they had a bunch of big hit comedy albums.
Whatever happened to Cosby?
He's
go ahead and put
still cracking.
Go ahead and put in sad Cosby, but we all know
he's around looking for some
the hell
to pop.
You guys ever see Eddie Murphy's speech? He was getting some type of award, and he used to do that Bill Cosby impression.
So good.
So he does it on stage. This was after everything had happened with the cause, and y'all know that Hannibal Buress was the one that kind of like broke the seal on all that, right? Like,
no, I didn't know that.
It was kind of like Hollywood folklore. Like everybody kind of had heard it, but so Hannibal Buress thought that it was like a known thing, so he said it like in public one time.
Oh shit!
So Eddie Murphy's up there. He's getting this award, and he starts in with a Cosby impression. He goes, "Who in the hell is Hannibal Buress?"
So it was like Cosby was looking for him.
Yeah, that's so funny. But so I don't know. I remember before this was the Jerky Boys.
Cut that.
Yeah. I was starting to have a bunch of comedy albums come out. Sandler had one before this, so
there were, but a lot of the early morning radio shows would do prank call segments and stuff too.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like, that was a huge thing. So I don't know what started it, or because Sandler was like one of the first dudes to go on SNL playing guitar and shit. So maybe it was just the logical step. So if we go from "Do It for Mama," we kind of talked about this before we went on air. It's called "Crazy Love." Really well fucking structured song. Like,
it really was.
I don't know who sings on this track.
It is a duet, to be clear, right?
She's got some pipes, and it's basically them they're fucking both nuts. And
talking about what degenerates they are.
Yeah, and that I think at the end of the song, Sandler throws macaroni on her, and you have a nice little sound effect there that doesn't make any sense, but is really fucking funny in hindsight. But the older I get, the more I kind of appreciated the song structure, the harmonies, not to get too technical on it, but it's a well-written song. But I can see where it's like you've got all this stuff around it. It's not going to stand out. Like, it's not going to hold up to somebody slapping around daddy's ding-dong. So
you smack daddy's cock still? Why can't they beat this?
He got some balls and some cock.
God, dude.
And she would say, "Do it for mama."
Yeah, do it for mama. God, so good. So then we have another excited Southerner meeting Mel Gibson, which I thought was also genius because Mel Gibson never talks. So they could have put any celebrity in this to just have the name on there to be like he meets Mel Gibson. And someone might be like, "Oh shit, is Mel Gibson on this album?" It's like all you hear is like an audible, like a grunt. That kind of you're like, I mean, that kind of sounds like Mel Gibson, and then like he gets escorted away. The Adventure of the Cow is another one of those where it's like
you're talking about dumb.
Yeah, like it's so dumb,
but it works.
And like part of it is just like, but they get to that part at the end where it's fucking Stinky Thumbs Arbuckle and they're playing tennis.
Farmer Stinky Thumbs Arbuckle. Yes.
And they're playing tennis, and you just hear these audio effects of a fucking cow playing tennis with a farmer and arguing over whether a ball was in or out. And it's like so
you
absurd.
can still see the mark. It's a clay court. That is a new mark. Don't give me any horse shit.
Which
For
is another
those-
line that fucking we used to say that all the time. Like, don't give me any horse shit.
Horse shit.
Yeah.
We'd say it all the time. Dude, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about because you haven't heard the skit, the cow never talks, by the way.
Yeah.
Is just mooing, and you
Yeah.
can hear the bell on its neck like clanging and the hooves stomping. And
what-
so
So what? There's what? Maybe 4 different scenarios.
He
Like a-
skydives.
Yeah,
The parachute almost doesn't open, and then he.
drives his car away from a drive-through and realizes
That's
he
one
didn't
of-
get one of his items.
That's when I was getting to. So like a narrator like talks you into the scene and tells you what's going on, and then it's just sound effects and a cow. But
God.
yeah, he drives away from a drive-through and then realizes that they didn't put whatever his fries or something.
An item or something
And
is missing.
but you can hear like the anger in the cow's moo. He, like,
And then he
slams his
the
brakes on. Yeah,
He's
I mean,
mad
it's
because the cow's
so
driving.
fucking stupid. But
Cow driving a
it gets
fucking
me.
car. But anyway, so that's Skit. I think they have the farmer Stinky Thumb Arbuckle pretends to be Anna Nicole Smith calling the cow for a date or whatever. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I don't. How do you think of this shit, man? Like, and it's because it's funny because it's so far out there. Like, it's just absurd. But they do such a good job in the studio, kind of with the sound effects and stuff. Like
With the Foley artists and all that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you are seeing this scene fold out like in front of you as you listen to the CD of a car,
Yeah.
a cow driving a car and being pissed off because McDonald's forgot to put in his fries or some shit. Like, it's so dumb. That one with them playing tennis was my favorite. That shit made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
don't give me any horse shit.
yeah, that fucking farmer. So, Leaf, do you have any boring ass facts to add to this episode?
I mean, there's not a lot for it since we're just focusing on one like specific album. But as I said, it was released by Warner Brothers on February the 13th. What the hell happened to me? The second studio album from Adam Sandler was, as we mentioned before, not the first. February 13th, 1996. It does include the official recording, the first official recording of the Hanukkah song, recorded live at University of California, Santa Barbara, which is again why all the people there were just college kids, just
sure,
having a blast. And there's a few songs on the album that are live. I assume probably were recorded at the same event. Let's see. It reached number 80 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 25 on the U.S. Modern Rock charts.
Really?
And it spent, yes, believe it or not, and it spent 57 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart and peaked at number 18.
Holy shit. It went double platinum, right? Is that
correct? It had certified
That's
double
crazy.
platinum.
Wow.
And as of 2011, has sold over 2,124,000 copies, making it the best-selling comedy album since Nielsen SoundScan began tracking sales in 1991.
Wow. So this is
As of
I wish-
2011,
great
the
one to
best.
start on for us. Leaf, you got some more? You said you got some more boring facts to throw in?
Yeah, man. Like if Shadwick wants to do the thing.
You
So
got something for us there, Shadwick?
Dude, it's not in a case, but I actually have the original.
Wow,
Look at it,
God,
dude.
I remember that, dude.
holy crap.
Damn.
With the you remember the label maker? Like that's what that is,
Yep.
dude. Like the label
yeah.
maker, like
Yep,
that's
man.
literally oh my god. I didn't use it very often, but holy crap,
That's some memories
man.
right there, though. I just remember we wore that CD out, man. Like, I can't believe you still have it.
Yeah.
That is the thing. of
Shadwick
beauty,
never throws
dude.
anything away. I like it.
Never.
This week on Shadwick's Family Barn.
Yeah. You gotta respect this. Shut the fuck up. All right. Leaf, what else you got?
Sandler went on a 21-day U.S. tour to support the album, complete with a live backing band, including guitarist Waddy Watchell. For those of you who know this guy, the live performance from June 29th,
Oh, Waddy?
1996. Yeah, Waddy Watchell. Watchell.
Grady Goldhammer?
No,
Made up
no.
name.
Grady Gold. Did we already talk about Grady Goldhammer? Seems like we
No.
already
We
did.
have not. We
We
should do
have.
that
We
on
will.
next episode.
We
All
will
right.
soon. That legend lives on.
What's up, Grady?
Right? Make sure you guys all tune in next week. It's a good story about Grady Goldhammer.
Watching from prison, no doubt.
Yeah, either a lawyer now with a bunch of tracks to cover up, which will kill us, or he's already in jail. So
The live performance from June 29th, 1996 in the style of a rock concert was aired as an hour-long special on HBO. I did not remember that.
Shit. I didn't know that was actually like documented.
Yes, June 29th, 1996 live performance.
I got to find that.
Yeah, so for those of you that want to search that out, the live performance promoting the album was recorded on HBO, complete with covers of Fog Hats, I Just Want to Make Love to You, and Bruce Springsteen's Out in the Street, as well as...
And if anybody does find that, put it in the comments so we don't have to look for it.
Yeah,
my God, please.
We are just buried in paperwork.
as well as previously unreleased the Halloween song with a special appearance from fellow Saturday Night Live album Chris Farley.
Oh wow, I gotta find
Chris Farley is on that live performance, evidently, as well as songs from Sandler's tenure at SNL and cuts from the album and Sandler's first album, They're All Gonna Laugh at You. Wait a minute.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Evidently, the concert has since been uploaded to YouTube.
Oh shit!
Where it has received 156 million views since March 2017.
Yeah, we gotta find that.
So it's on YouTube somewhere.
I dread hearing my Adam Sandler impression on playback. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
We're
gonna clip it.
I just always just numb myself with alcohol when I'm editing because I hate my face so much. I just want to fucking fix that fucking face.
Put one right in your suck hole.
I mean, you're doing a good job here, but there's something about your face.
If I don't change it, you're gonna change it for me. So,
Yep.
all right, cool. We got to seek this out. So let's move on to. We have the Dip Doodle song. We won't spend a lot of time on this because there's not.
Is that the grandmother song?
Yeah, it's
the grandmother song.
It's a good song. I like the song. There's just a lot of baby talk.
It's just like
Adam Sandlerisms in them.
Yeah, it's just like words that grandmother would use for like nicknames.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
cleverly written. I like it. But there's not a lot of in that. And then the excited Southerner proposes to a woman. Be a stay-at-home man. So if you just like it's just,
they all in the same way negatively, and he's always like, "Ooh."
Like so. Then they go to Memory Lane, which Chadwick referenced is at least once a week.
Gotta be once a week.
Screw you for judging me. Like the maybe not once a week, but you do get one in every couple months for sure. Like
the premise
is always So the premise of this. Go ahead.
They smell some pot. It's a group of friends. They've been together like friends for a long time. Like
they're
us.
like on a road trip. Like
and they smell skunk. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they smell skunk, and one of them's like, it kind of reminds me of weed.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah. And then like each one like says something like more preposterous, and he just gets like more deranged.
It degrades from degrades from the skunk to the weed to reminds me of smelling a pussy. Like that guy says.
Okay.
So that piece so
And they're
hard.
laughing.
Yeah, they're laughing. He's like, reminds me of smelling an ass. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
He's like, reminds me of smelling a 60-year-old guy's ass. And then they slam the brakes on and kick the guy out of the car.
And every time as they're driving away, the person they kick out of the car next is screaming something, yelling at them.
Screw you for judging me!
which that's the line Chadwick will use like all the time. He'll say something fucked up or whatever, and then we'll do the like the disappointed yet laughing really hard, and then Chadwick will be like, "Screw you for judging me."
I
wanted me to do it.
But I can honestly say the one that made me laugh the hardest was Adam Sandler's, because it's so long and ridiculous. The water slide one.
Yeah.
That's Adam Sandler's one.
Holy jeez, I wanted to lick him.
Stood there and stared at his big, beautiful balls. Like this guy's trunks fall off. 60-year-old. This
is a 60-year-old man. It's always a 60-year-old man.
going down a water slide, his trunks fall off, and Adam Sandler just stood there and stared at his big, beautiful balls as they flopped around the breeze. Holy jeez, I wanted to lick them. Like, like, and then the other one, like, it ends with the one that's like, it reminds me of that time I ate a slice of pizza and then went over to a 60-year-old man's house and made him fuck me in the ass in front of his wife and kids. Like, it degrades all the way to that.
And that's the one. It's like he wanted me to do it.
Yeah. He gets kicked out of the car, and then they tie in the cow. Then the cow fucking runs the dude over in the car.
Yeah,
like,
the cow from the other. For those of you who've forgotten, the cow from the other skit, who is in various random situations.
He's still miraculously driving a car.
He's still driving the car,
and they get into a horrible car accident, and at the end is Adam Sandler's voiceover, which basically says the moral of the story is if any of your friends messed around with a 60-year-old man, don't throw them out of the car or you will die.
Like, again,
that's the moral.
All right, so we'll start to wrap this one up. We'll kind of briefly touch on Mr. Bako. None of us really smoked weed when we were younger, or even really now. But
is that the I'm fucking fried?
Yeah, right.
I'm wasted.
That's a catchy fucking song, though, man. Really, again,
very catchy.
Very well written song. Like, I enjoy it. And then track number 19 is starring Barry Lincoln. Terrific. So that one is the premise of this one is this gentleman has these recordings. And as if you haven't picked up by now, shit is just outrageous on this album. So
he's like stopping people on the street.
Yeah, it's like a man on the street quiz, right? So he plays a recording for them, and they have to tell them if they're working out or having sex. So he does that, and it's always people fucking, and it's always like, actually, this is, you remember like the last episode when we were airing grievances or whatever, and we were talking about like, oh man, does this movie have like a political agenda? And like, and then you're like, why am I like that? When I listened to this one, I was like, oh man, they got like a straight couple, they got a gay couple, they got a black couple, they checked a bunch of boxes off, and I was like, why am I like this?
It's in you now, dude. It's in there, dude. You can't
like,
even stop looking for it now. Yeah,
damn it.
I didn't think that at all.
But anyway, so the first one is like definitely people having sex, and every time he's like, they were doing squat thrusts. You were wrong. So
yeah. It's like, it says there's a couple of guys. It's like we were two guys definitely fucking. Like, there are no dumbbells in here, only my balls.
That's in the recording. That's in the recording.
And then the people be like, "There's two gay men having sex." And
no, like, that's a military press.
Yeah, you're dead wrong. I mean, he just says, he ends up, he's going to record something. Good old Barry Lincoln. And she's like, and he plays it back, and she goes, "Oh, was you having sex with me?" And he's like, "That's correct. Thank you."
She actually is a willing participant. She's just unsuspecting of it.
She's like, "Oh, you're unzipping my pants." Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I better.
Yeah,
he
records.
I like the shit where he's like, "I better slow down or I'm in trouble."
Too late.
Too late. Shoot over me. All right. I mean, who needs a playback to an album that we've probably heard 300 fucking times? Like,
I mean, we've just reenacted
yeah, the entire.
If you asked for one, we give you a line by line reenactment of it. Like, it's Barry Lincoln basically gaslighting people who are clearly having sex on tape, and he's trying to convince them that they're working out instead, and it gets more ridiculous as it goes forward. They're literally on tape saying we're having sex.
Yeah,
we're not working out.
There's no trap masters or dumbbells in here. They're just my balls. like why were they saying that while having sex? Like even like specifically saying we are definitely not working out. We're having sex. Like, it's so funny, man. But we'll go ahead and wrap that one up.
Was that how it was in that Vegas bathhouse, Lee? Those guys are like, I bet that leaf tastes good.
Damn it, man.
It was
I couldn't wait to get out of there, dude. Roll out of that freaking, like, sex house is all it was, bro.
That does sound good.
So, this ass is not for sale.
The last track of the album is, I think it's, again, just a great song.
It really is a great song.
It's very well written, and like if you kind of go stylistically through every song on this album, they're all different. He checked a lot of boxes on like from blues to reggae to this is like kind of Sinatra-ish. Like great song, kind of what the hell happened to me? Because I mean, I guess that's a picture of him as a kid, you know, behind us. That's the cover of the album. I actually got this one on here. The picture I used is a certified vinyl copy. If anyone wants to find that and buy it for Be Kind, Let's Rewind, we will gladly take it. Buy us a copy of that album. Just buy us a copy.
For the love of God, just buy the album.
Left in your house.
I wonder how sick people are going to be of that joke when I just keep fucking doing it over again. But actually, at one point, it'll be funny again when they're so sick of it.
It comes back around.
Thanks, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So we'll go ahead and wrap up on the album and go to...
Oh, you didn't know?
So now becomes the hard part of the show. Which is your favorite track off the album?
Can we do? I mean, there's 20 tracks. Can we do top 3?
I'll do top 3, but if I'm going my favorite one, yeah, all right, top 3. Top 3, Chadwick, you go first.
Joining the Cult, The Hypnotist, Do It for Mama.
Say it. Say it.
Say it.
Say it, you coward. I knew it. I'm so proud of you, Chadwick, right now. I'm so proud of you, dude.
Do It for Mama.
Do it for Mama. You've got balls. All right, so if I'm going to lead off, I'm also a Hypnotist. I'm also Do It for Mama, and I'm throwing the goat in.
Yeah. if I had a 4th place,
It's hard. It's hard, man. There's like a lot of good...
This is really,
that top 3, baby.
Really difficult, man. All right. Top 3. I got to go The Hypnotist, Memory Lane, dude. Memory Lane is I cannot, dude. Adam Sandler's rant is, I think, super underrated. While I admit Chadwick's is more memeable, you can use it a lot better. Like Adam Sandler yelling, basically, like what the hell does he say? He's just basically
for judging me. Or...
No. He basically is just like, you better not tell anybody about this.
He's already fucking defensive. Like,
he's Adam Sandler's the best screamer ranter on the planet. Like that one makes me laugh every single time. And I am unashamedly, even though the grandmother clearly wants the mom to send her children over to be molested by her, I still got to give it up for Do It for Mama as my number one.
That's
it's
awesome.
just the most offensive one on the album, but dadgummit, like it's so
gold,
funny.
Man. It's
gold.
It's gold.
The Cult gets me because he goes from like trying like earnestly to talk his friend into like join this cult with him to just like screaming at him out of frustration.
Yeah, because
if I had a top 4, the cult would make it in my list.
He let him watch the show instead of Monday Night Football. You know, like that. What a sacrifice!
I can't believe you're pulling this shit on me after Monday night.
Just let him watch.
I wanted to watch the game. You want to watch the other show, and we watch your show. I did that for you.
He's like guilt tripping him.
Yeah, he kept switching back, but he just wanted to
see the fucking score.
He was, look, man. He just wanted to, because Adam Sandler's character never ever gets a pussy. Hey, shut up. So that's what's going on in this, man. So
if I had a top 5, Ode My Car would also be in there.
Yeah, she's a great song.
Yeah.
So this whole fucking album, man. There's really not any
so
duds.
many.
There's like there are duds in comparison, but like if you talk about just solid album, we would listen to this basically from cover to cover most of the time. So anyway, I guess for me, thumbs up. Check the link down there. Go back and listen to this. Leaf, thumbs up. Chadwick, going to give you the Terminator thumbs up.
There it is.
So, go back
down.
and listen to this, man. So
you'll watch it.
You know,
or listen
final
to it,
final thoughts, man. Is just great piece of art by Sandler, man. Still, I had a lot of fun re-listening to this. Like this really brought back a lot of memories. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. Let's go ahead and send it off to our Norm Macdonald clip of the week.
I think the reason I most look forward to China ruling the earth is that all of their last names sound like slang for cock.
She said,